Jeez, man. Oh my God. First of all, Catherine, why will you stand on the road and be dancing on your own?
They were asking me, are you all right? I said, my brother, you don't know. I'm all right. I want to outright die.
Good morning, Jestery lovers. As you can see, we are in high spirit. I don't know if it's because it's Friday or because we just danced to a song that we absolutely love. But this is the mood in the studio today, and I hope that it's contagious because I can feel the energy.
Let's go back and start it again. We have to rewind.
Don't worry.
Should I
relax?
launch?
No. Calm down. Calm down. I don't have money. Today, we are bringing you the hottest topics of the week and, of course, sparking the spiciest conversations around it. I know it's Friday and we need to usher in our guest, but before that, yesterday, Catherine did ask me something, and it's true because, you know, normally I would have questions to ask, but because of the economy, I only just skipped my mind, but I'm back with a question.
Okay, let's have it.
I'm back with a question. I mean, it's still related to the economy. So the question is, what is it that you can buy with 15 naira right now?
Oh, the answer is
pure water, biscuits.
What can you buy with 15 naira?
Biscuits, pure water.
What is 15 naira? What's 15 naira? You people are talking about 15 naira. You mean it still exists? You mean there's 15 naira in this world?
No, stop.
Are you joking?
Listen, even 100 naira is fast trailing.
Oh yeah, it's leaving.
It's getting extinct.
I know that 5 naira and 10 naira are now extinct.
Because
I haven't seen those. I've not seen those in a long time.
So 5, 10, I think 20. Was there ever 10 naira? There was 10 naira.
There was 10.
20.
20.
There's 20 naira. Oh my God.
That's 5 naira.
Look, did you guys see the 5 naira on our screens? Gosh. The good old
I walked
days.
into a mall the other day and I saw this lollipop, very cute lollipop. And I'm like, oh, this is nice. I already, you know, had a cart of things that I wanted to pay for. And I'm like, okay, just add this. And the lady is like, that's 250.
For the lollipop?
I said, oh, okay, that means I have to buy 2. I was like, why is it 15 naira? She said, no, not 250. I mean 250.
As a lollipop.
So for lollipop. Do you know what she said? She said, it's for content creation. In other words, it's only influencers. Like, okay, I see. Please take it away.
Wow.
Lollipop. Oh my God.
Lollipop before they used to...
Wait, speaking of lollipops, there was a particular brand, very, very famous brand, that if you had those like lollipops in your party packs at school, you were like the reigning kid.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
You know the brand. I can't say it
I know you can't say
it. Starts with C.
Okay, ladies. We have a clip. You know, we're talking about 5 naira being extinct. We have a clip. Let's take a look at the clip.
I love that.
But that's so sad.
It was
honestly, that's so sad. I'm trying to remember. Okay, I know that 5 naira. With 5 naira, I bought a lot of things, and we're talking about some things that we used to take like goody and things like that. We were younger. And those are the things that 5 naira could buy.
Like when you get your pocket money, and then oh man, I'm rich for like the next 3 weeks, and you ball in school. Oh man.
And even at that, we used to say how things were expensive. We still used to complain, hey, why is it not 5 naira? Why is it not? We used to still complain. So what are we going to do now?
We are protesting.
As in, 5 naira cannot, listen.
It's sad. It's sad. But I'm glad that was a good piece of content. And I feel like that's the power of creating content. If you make relevant, useful information, it's not just for vibes. You can actually teach people things. Some people didn't even know that 5 naira existed.
I went to buy the black and white. I went to buy the black and white sweets just for, because if you close your mouth, just to freshen the mouth. For $100. I had 2.
What?
2, the black and white sweet.
And you know that now it's like half of it in the packet.
Yes. Oh my, that's the annoying
I had
part.
to touch it and ask the guy to change it.
He said it's broken.
It's
not broken, he said.
There's this particular brand of burger
that
they used to sell. That was like my favorite then. Then it was quite expensive, and by expensive I mean 20 naira.
Imagine.
You know, yes. But now it's about like 50, 60. When you open it, it's air that will first enter you. So I think it's strategic, right? So once you open it, they fill you up with air so that you're not too hungry. Then you can count like 10 or 15 left there.
No.
Oh, wow.
Nigeria.
So
our
the equivalent of a 5 naira note is what 50 naira is.
No. It's probably like what I was talking to someone yesterday. They said 100 naira is now a million naira. Sorry, 1,000 naira. Is it 100,000? Is now a million naira. Yeah. So whatever it was you used to do with a million, with 100,000,
it's now
do it with a million. It's sad.
And you have 100K now, to be behaving like 10K.
Yeah.
In your hand, like 100K. Yeah. Somebody gifts you some, like 30K, 40K. You know,
breathe
as you
in
look
and
at
out,
the money,
it's
exactly,
gone.
breathe in and out, it's gone.
So. And the sad thing about this is we're not reminiscing on it like, good old days when this is what you could afford. Yeah. The earning power is still the same, if not worse. But the money is losing value. So imagine, that
clip really, I must be honest, that clip really, it got me because I think it just showed the reality that we're living in today. Yeah. And when you see little things we used to take for granted in those days, and now they're becoming big deals because we are looking at the finer print now. We are breaking it down and trying to pick the grains in the sand.
There's something my aunt says very often, and whenever she says it, we laugh because, to us, we were kids when she was saying it, but now we're the adults, and she's like, oh, Nigeria, our suffering mother, because I think there's a song, something about our mother, blah, blah, blah. She said, no, Nigeria is our suffering mother.
Yeah, our parents used to lament about that a lot. So it became a part of us. Like, when you go to the market, go and meet baby, tell baby will give you Gary, price it, Gary is this, price, and you'll be wondering, price it how? And it's a child, just, these are things we took for granted that it's just mother talk, grandma talk. But this has been the reality. We are now being the ones complaining.
I say this with a little bit of doubt. But I hope this is the worst that we ever get. And I hope it gets better from here. I hope so. But I don't know. I hope.
Blessings, you're traumatized.
Honestly.
Because that's a very, it's honest, but can you hear how jaded she is? Like, because things seem to always get worse. When you think they can't get worse.
Well, you think you can't go back?
Nigeria says, hold my purse.
Let me show you something.
I'll show you.
Well, the truth is, we're not going to go back on Jasiri. It's Hot Topic Special. It's Hot Topic Special. You already know we don't handle it alone. After the break, our special guests will join us here on Jasiri. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
Welcome back to the show. Our guests are in the studio with us. And if you're just joining us, it's about that time. It's Hot Topic Special o'clock. Let's do this. We have some great guests in the studio with us today, spending time with us on Jasiri, our two distinguished guests who are experts in the world of sports. First, we have a talented sports journalist, commentator, and presenter known for her engaging storytelling and insightful analysis. And alongside her, we have the esteemed former chairman of the Lagos State Sports Commission, a seasoned sports leader with a wealth of experience and expertise. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a Jasiri welcome to Sue Chappelle and Shola Ayukuku.
And a round of applause for that intro as well. They're still feeling the mortality. That's how we do it here.
Whoever do the thing. They do it well. They do it well.
I don't think it was you.
No, I don't think it was much. Wow. Thank you very much.
Oh my
Welcome
God.
to the show.
All right, so before we continue, we're having a conversation. I asked the question, and I want to ask both of you, when was the last time you saw the 5 naira note?
What note?
5 naira. 5 naira currency.
I really don't remember what it looks like.
True.
Oh my God.
True.
Because and it's about valuation.
Yeah.
What can you buy a #5?
It's disappears. She said it's gone extinct, and that's true.
So for me, I keep coins. I've had this thing from
Your collector.
I had senior brothers and stuff, so they always had to have this jars that they kept coins and money. So I keep coins. So no matter what, there's always some money there. So what I've been doing is keeping the old notes, and I show my son and I tell him that, oh, but this now waiting this thing be that year. So don't think that this thing I used to teach to buy this to get this money.
Do you know that I tried doing this, but every time I ended up spending the money.
Oh wow!
I have all the notes.
Right?
Every single
it's
one.
My history.
I have all the notes.
It's my history.
I
want
like
frame
one
it.
cover.
I have it.
Whoa!
That's really nice.
I have ₦1. I have 5. The old
There was
5.
₦1.
Yes.
But I didn't know this one was going extinct so quickly.
Yeah. The battery life for this one didn't last.
It didn't last.
We're collecting ₦5 notes on Jasiri. Please send in your ₦5.
For you,
All right, then.
valuable, so much more valuable in like a few years.
Oh yeah.
Collector's item.
Oh yeah.
Item.
Okay. Well, once again, #5. I don't know.
Rest in peace. Igbo. No stress.
#5. Keep resting. Anyways, yeah, like it looks like.
Yes, we need to give like a minute of silence.
Creator that did that.
Oh, wow.
All right, enough of the #5 now. So our first hot topic, we're traveling to Paris for the Olympics, of course. And I want us to look at the Sport Federation and its impact on our athletes. I'm sorry I'm laughing because I have a question that I would want our guests to answer for us. Now, we want to take a look at the impact on their performance at the ongoing Olympics. How is it possible that Eze Upesere, who was representing Nigeria in the road and track cycling event, did not even have a bicycle? He had to borrow one from the German team to compete in the Karen sprint event. Isn't this even an indictment that reflects the broader state of sports infrastructure in Nigeria? I can't even imagine it.
Honestly.
Let our guests help.
It's over to you. The ground is yours. The floor is yours.
I mean, you've touched on a lot of that sentence you made. Touch on everything regarding sports, or most things regarding sports infrastructure. However, this case was an exception.
What happened?
She qualified. Oh, sorry, he qualified. Is it?
Say, babe.
Yeah, she qualified. She qualified for a road race, in which she had a bicycle.
Okay.
Because she couldn't have qualified without a bicycle. However, they were already in Paris when on the way to a week before Paris, when they were told that another country had dropped out of this particular specialized race,
right?
And the next country in line to have that position was Nigeria, but we don't do it in Nigeria, and so maybe what we should have done, maybe we should have said we didn't want it, the position. But however, it's the Olympics, so she decided to take part, and she didn't have the special bike for that event. Because it's a specialized event. It's one of those velodrome, and you don't use the normal bikes for it. So she had to correct that bike.
So why wouldn't anyone from the federation make a statement? Because you see the optics. The optics are so bad.
A statement came out just yesterday evening from the minister, making that covering this clarification. However, like I said, I think that maybe the best thing to have done would have been just to decline the offer. But then when you decline, it means something else also politically, because it means when you offer, you may not be offered next time and all that. So maybe that's why he was. I
mean, I like that you clarified that, but that's not to say that we do not still have infrastructural challenges.
Absolutely. Which is what I said at the beginning.
Yes. So what's your take on how the infrastructure or the lack of it affects our athletes?
So most times, let me just give this confession. When I knew I was coming here, I just had to be telling myself, the things I want to say should not be used against you. Because we all know how everywhere is. But the official line, Uncle Shola, you're right. You know, it was last minute. It was a week ago. But yes, the thing is the Olympics. And, you know, they dropped about they can say almost 1.4 billion. Now they drop for preparation.
Billion.
Yes, billion. Yes, I'm coming. And then for participation, they then put 1.250. So altogether, our senior men in the ministry and the NOC and our minister has 2.5 billion that they have to get bicycle. This is the first event. You know, when Oga Johnny went to Paris after the whole Philippines started going about, I was like, okay, maybe you will put, since it's there, everybody will step up. Everybody will like show working. If you're going to an event, even if it's the first time we're having a cyclist there, and credit to SA, and credit to the fact that she was able to network, because she trained with the Germans just before the tourney, and that's why relationship is good, and that's the thing that our athletes are beginning to understand, because it's their personal relationships that is making all of them get as far, because this batch of athletes that are here, I will not enter there first, let me focus on this. There's money. They didn't say there's money. When they ask, what did you do with the money? No question, because you make partnerships. You didn't buy clothes. 5 million when wash, and I don't spend money for clothes. When I don't spend money for food, if you go to the Olympics village, you have free medicals, everything is free food, free. And all our artists, they pack them for inside there. So it's not like we don't have money to spare. So where's the money going? Esther Code. Where's the money going? In
fact, to add further, the IOC doesn't allow, you don't have to spend it.
You're not supposed to spend anything.
So all the money that is given to the federation or to the whatever is meant for preparation and for the athlete.
And it's just one athlete. She only came with one bicycle. That is not cool. See what happened when they started the Olympics. Australians, before they got there, they had T4, they are something, they raid them. But they still had spare equipment. Because when you come to a tournament like Olympics, Uncle Shola, this is where I don't agree with you. If I'm at the Olympics and they tell me that, whereas for collect this Cameroonian one, I will do it. Even if I will construct that rubber bicycle, I will do it. Because it's Olympics.
But we don't disagree on that. We don't.
Okay.
The question that was asked is what happened? I'll give you the answer. You didn't ask my opinion.
See why you are where you are.
As Swo said, because I wanted to ask the funds that were released by the Federation. What were the funds used for? If we were, so I mean, Swo has said it all. I mean, let's begin to ask questions now.
It's not just even us asking the questions. I think international federations, they've been flagrant in their duty. Because, for instance, a lot of the things that have been going on has been shrouded in secrecy. We don't know who is supposed to do what and what is supposed to do what.
A lot or all?
All, actually, in this Nigerian space. And it shouldn't be. This information is open. For instance, I expected, let me even go to the athletics, even then to the cycling and every federation. When somebody says, this is not what it is, so, a case in point, Ophili, what athletics could have come out and said, oh, excuse me, the person that was in charge or not is AFN, because actually the AFN had time to remove Godson Brumen's name because the guy had, felt his injury. You had time to remove his name, but you didn't have time to check and put in favor to put a name. So at least, what athletics? You should come out. Sebastian Coe, you will come out. When it came to Emmanuel Kelif, all of them came out. Even at Algeria, even their football handles, everybody coagulated and said, excuse me, we will speak and advocate for ourselves. Who is advocating for our athletes? Nobody. And if an athlete gets mind to come even they tweet as they hot. See what happened with Olajide. The only event they put for her for events for the Olympics was supposed to be the relay that was really quacka. I have no grammar for it. That relay was quacka. But people would say that the reason why she didn't get put into it was because she tweeted at minister and said, excuse me, sir, I know that you came around to show us love, but remember, she was advocating for herself. So I think this whole process of, we cannot hide it again. I know that your time, you guys fought your own, and you are still fighting whatever is being fought. But whatever is going on in this Paris Olympics is an implosion of what has been kept since. And the NOC, the AFN, and the sports minister, all of them, they have to come to center. Forget all those who are ending parako. If you love sports, you should know that what we are doing now is rubbish. We have sports this thing coming now, sports festival in a few weeks, and then you want to use Olympics to take judge.
Is it still happening this year?
No, we have in Ogun State.
Okay, so let's stay with. I need us to stay with the Favor that she mentioned and give you a bit of context where Favor is concerned. Favor Ophili is another athlete. We're expecting her to compete in one of the most watched races. That's the 100-meter sprint. She was also a victim of administrative forays. She qualified for the race but couldn't participate because her name was omitted from the list, as Swo has said. And then the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, and the Nigerian Olympic Committee, NOC, were dancing around each other trying to shelve the name. Excuse me, sir, you should be ashamed of yourself. You understand? So in tagging on the line that Swo has dropped, what do you think is really going on? What needs to change in all of this? Because This thing cannot continue for so long. We are the ones that seem to be in disarray. Every other person, let me use what they have coagulated. We are the opposite of that. If we are looking for an antonym in English, we're looking for
the country that they're coming from.
You get it.
Yeah. You summarize it all, but you see, because sports is such a passionate and I mean involving industry. Let me use that word.
It's industry.
We can't treat it anyhow.
Yes.
And the power and the influence it can wield that we are not deploying and we are wasting away is tremendously disastrous. It's disastrous. And I think it comes from one major thing. You and I have discussed a couple of times, and I say leadership is key.
Yeah.
You must have, first of all, we must have people who want to be leaders in that sphere. If you want to be a leader, and I say again, secondly, you don't even have to be a sports person to be a leader in sports.
Okay.
In any industry. No, I'm not any industry, but in sports. Let me tell you why. Let me say, this is my argument. If you have any iota of management, intentionality, and some experience in governance or management, if you manage your house and you know it's about resources, right?
Yes.
Deployment, proper resources.
Yes.
That's what it's about. Is either human or you have deployed material resources.
Yes.
The average, let's even use the Olympics, since that's the easiest we can use now. When do athletes start preparing for the Olympics?
Years in advance.
Yes. The average, they say, is about 6 years before every Olympics.
True, sir. Yeah.
When do we have athletes go into the so-called camp that we have? In any event that we do, any sport we have.
2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month if you're lucky.
So said, every time these athletes are supposed to have been performing miracles on their own before 2 weeks. Then 2 weeks before the time, come to camp. And then 2 weeks before the time, they get the only subvention they receive from government. If they make the final squad that goes to the event. That doesn't still guarantee you getting everything. When you now get to the event, it now depends on if you are unfortunate that you're not paid before.
Problem.
Because you will not get anything if you don't win after.
And even if you win, there's still problem. See basketball babes.
See what happened with them.
Wow.
So leadership is very key, and like I said, the desire to be a sports leader is I think is most crucial, because with desire comes a vision.
Yes.
And when you have a vision, then you can boldly say, "This is what I'm going to do," or "This is what we are going to do." It is not that difficult.
All right, Shola, very quickly, I want to also ask. I mean, since we're talking about preparation, right, and we've talked about how each country or the athletes in each country have to be prepared before they actually go there. In Nigeria, for example, we saw that, the whole racing incidents and stuff. Do we have any velodrome in Lagos or even in Nigeria?
Abuja.
I have it in Abuja.
Abuja.
Is it functional?
I passed the last.
That nod was not. It was not complete.
It's there.
It's there.
But it's not the maintenance.
Yes.
You see, it costs a lot to maintain, and that's one of the major things wrong with sports.
Yes.
What is the budget for sports? It's not even up to how many $1 million if you put in dollars.
Do you want me to piggyback off what you're saying?
Yes,
when it comes to the facilities, I think the way we go about it, and it goes not just for sports, to everything. We need to decentralize everything.
Yeah.
Because you see, when you look at Dominican Republic, the first time I had contact with them was at the U20s. And the babe when we say the tails, they are mixed when we say they ring. It was not fluke. They are not the best runners, but what they know how to do, they time it. Yeah. They time each event, and then they camp. And then they focus, they look at the key runners, and they start tweaking, and they start arranging. They take on like saying a mass.
That's exactly what the Chinese do.
The same thing too with, what's this girl, Julian, that won 100 meters for the ladies. Yeah. That one, they identified that this one is a talent from St. Lucia. You know what? Let's give this one scholarship, send her to America, give her the best. Yeah. The few of us that have managed to get something out of it is this babe that's going to be competing today for Taekwondo, Ayana Chouari. She left Nigeria 2 years ago. I think she started training in Germany from an IOC scholarship. So the few people that have small sense, they start looking for the small structures that are there. We need to decentralize. Local government should be the ones managing facility. Because why? If local government is managing facility, or more, you can go to basketball court or go to road park, and you know that where does the box stop? It starts with chairman. Chairman, why you never maintain here? Exactly. Where the basketball something. That's it.
So you can narrow down whose responsibility
it is to take care of things.
Because right now everything is umbrella. And guess what? They will always dodge. In a You days now, everybody.
They don't have to answer you.
They will not answer. They have not been answering now. They will not answer. All they will do is give you whatever they want to give. And then my people in media, where is my people in media? Will then do what we do. Will then start advocating for administrators, and then forget that the real reason why we are all here, the reason why we are gathered for this church is for the athletes. Right. The athletes, and you are not doing them well.
Yeah. For example, let me give you guys. I'm sure you know. You know that most people in the sports industry knew at least 2 weeks before Ophili, that story came out. That
but I'm not even surprised. We knew. Wow. We knew. It was like, who is advocating for this girl? Funny enough, it was our Oyibo coach that was saying, I have trained this girl for 4 races, 4 events. I have been at World Athletics where this young lady, when the coach tell her, say, focus on 200, to everybody's thinking, she was like, no, I'll focus on 200, I'll not do sprints and whatnot. What people don't know is, as athletes in events, you know they carry the run. Sometimes you are good for relays. Sometimes you focus. It's now that Amusa is now doing flat races. At one time, she just focused on others. Yeah. She not do any.
That's why she became a world record holder.
Yeah. I mean, so that was the stage that Ophili was, and that I think at that stage when everybody wanted her to do everything because she's fast, and they would just say, do it, and she said no. That put her in crosshairs with the powers that be. So even when they knew that she was the best runner, everyone see Gabina from 4 years ago. Since 4 years, the narrative is she's anti-organizational, she's troublesome. She's not troublesome. She's focused. She's like the most focused athlete.
Yes, that's one of the polite ways to put it when a person has a voice and uses their voice. In fact, one of the most heartbreaking trends that we're seeing is Nigerian athletes switching allegiances to represent other countries and begging for materials or bagging medals when they switch countries. Athletes, her name is Annette Echikuwoke. For example, she won a silver medal in the women's hammer throw for the US at the Paris Olympics. She was once a promising athlete for Nigeria that switched allegiance after the AFN's oversight led to her disqualification from the Tokyo Olympics. Shola, how does this trend impact the future of the Nigerian Sports Federation? In fact, for athletes across the board, because a lot of people have the natural gifting to be athletes. But if they know they're going to be faced with this, why would they even bother? And
that's why the trend is so widespread. And it didn't just start now. The girl who runs for Bahrain, the Asian champion, what's her name?
Wow. There are plenty.
There are too many.
The head of Bahrain Sports, the Igbo guy. Oh, man. You don't even understand. We have left.
Saudi Arabia just poached one of our top talent to come and head the technical department of their sports in Saudi. See, look, it's not today. I'm not saying that's justification. I'm just saying that, look, these problems are all around us. And I'm sure if we sit down among ourselves and say, how can we solve this? We will solve the problems.
It's simple.
It's not
rocket science. It's
simple. Our problems are solvable. They're solvable.
And there are simple solutions.
Sorry, for this Anya thing, Anya don't pay me. Because when they switched up, it was Mike Edwards, that was in Big Brother, before he went to Big Brother. Okay. And then this boy that finished 16, shot put. Ebuka. And then Shade Olatoye and Sisi Oniwere. They were very key. They were born in the abroad, as we like to call it.
And they chose.
Now, let me tell you that they are not people that are suffering. Ebuka don't marry in the meantime. Michael, of course, has become a brand ambassador and a boxer now. What's her face? Shade is a Ford engineer. That's how learned they are. They are masters. See, our athletes are very educated.
How about the girls in the Eagles or the Falcons?
The Falcons.
Yes.
Let's not even go to basketball. We have doctors.
They're not.
Our athletes that are coming to come and represent us. It's not that, we are suffering. They want it. I was with them. The reason why she changed was because somebody don't be pay her money after you finish. Of all things, after you mess this girl up. And then you not pay her the money when she supposed to get. Money went up plenty, $2,000. This girl got pissed off and she was like, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. So this is going to lead me to a question that I think we discussed, on this same show about, so one of the footballers came out and said that players need to prioritize their country of origin, right? The country they're actually from. And it kind of got a lot of backlash because they're like, it's because you're making money now that you're saying it. Although he did play for Nigeria at some point, but he was just saying it as a patriotic citizen. So what do we make of that when we see that? Like you said, some of these people that want to, that chose to come. It's not that they're suffering, right? It's because of the passion they have for it. But if we translate it to the younger ones coming up who actually they have passion for this, but they are hoping that it can also be a source of livelihood.
Okay. Yeah.
How do we balance that? You want to prioritize a country that seemingly does not prioritize
you. Yeah.
So this conversation you have, it's a conversation that in the younger group, especially for athletics, we've been having. And you know what? I was very, I was very depressed this past week because you know these people personally, you see their struggles and you see how they've raised their game. They've done everything to get to this stage.
Is not easy.
And then to get there and they don't have the support. So what we've been discussing is solutions. So for us, what we are putting together is NGO. Oh, wow. NGO that will focus on the high school kid and try and get them scholarship in the abroad. If you cannot go yet, get the nutrition system.
We're losing our people.
Yes,
because, for example, take a look at if Favor decides that, I'm just going to, what's the word?
Go to great
I'm going to switch and move.
It's not even a big deal. Look at, I'm so sorry. Have you noticed the number of countries that now have what's the word I can use? Non-original citizens that run for them? Blacks.
Yes. Blacks. You're hustling us.
Because also, all countries, see these things, we don't even understand the
politics. It's a business.
We don't understand the politics.
America made $70 billion from just sports.
From just sports.
I move. Shakari Richardson, this is our first Olympic.
Yes,
our first Olympic. Before she came in, almost 7 8 dollars. Who got the tax?
So where I'm going. You know how flexible they've made it now to switch countries.
So easy.
Super.
All I have to do if I'm from Zaire and I want to run for perform for any other country, just wait 3 years for. I won't perform for
2 years for some people.
For some people, if you're exception, easy. I just won't perform for that country.
I won't do anything for the country. I'll be doing professional diamond league.
My citizenship, I'll get it because you're a special talent.
Yes, honestly, this conversation
so what are we
just riveting. We're going to come back and we're going to keep talking about this, but let's take a quick break. Jasiri will be right back.
The conversation on air and off air is hot, trust me. And it's like, I'm just sitting down here dumbfounded. In Catherine's words, gobsmacked, because some of these things that I'm just hearing for the first time, I'm like, okay, so it's a lot, especially in the sport world. And we're going to continue the conversation, but very quickly, I want us to take a moment to reflect on Nigeria's Olympic journey. We all remember the glory of the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, where Nigeria won 2 gold medals, including the historic football victory. But how have we fared since then? Let's take a look.
How have we fared?
Okay, well,
how have we fared?
Yes.
The answer I was saying the answer in my mind. I was a very Nigerian answer. How have we fared?
How have we fared?
You did the answer. How have we fared?
It's like we're up a creek without a paddle, without a boat. Just us inside the creek,
Even that one. I used to really be on TV, and throughout the Olympics, I presented and all that. Those 2 were flukes.
They were flukes, though.
Sorry, what?
It was individual.
Both of them were flukes.
No.
The football team were not backed. Let's not go into all that stuff.
No, let's go.
Give us the tea.
They were staying. If you know how they were, their accommodation,
they were squatting and squatting, moving and moving. They were
sleeping inside vehicles, trucks, cars, car parks, and all that. And it was only their spirit that looked.
Same kind of one quote.
Before, with all their gold chain, forget the camera picture. No. He struggled.
Look. Chioma Ajunwa made that jump. That jump saved her entire life.
Yes.
Because if she didn't do that, don't forget that she had been abandoned for
football and the police.
For drugs.
For drugs too, yes.
For something that no matter what she said she was innocent. Yeah. Back out first.
Wow.
She served. And then she came back to win a gold.
That's what changed everything.
You don't understand the depth of what these athletes go through to just compete. The girl, in fact, let's bring one up. The girl that the person that qualified for rowing.
Hey!
Let it out. Pour it out.
No, I'm not saying that one.
Pour it out. She's bubbling in you.
If you interview, like I know she does a lot, each of these athletes and let them just share their story. They are all potential movie hits. Because the stories are deep, they've been through so much.
And that's the thing that we have industrialized, we have institutionalized. Struggle.
Yeah.
Nigeria sport used to make you feel like sport should be a struggle.
Yes.
Imagine a boy like Noah Lyles, for instance. As him be the face of athletics. The boy has ADHD. The boy has asthma. The guy has like 5 different things. All the things that will not make you normally stand out. But people stand by him.
Yeah.
And he's even supporting artists like his girlfriend.
Yes.
But in Nigeria, as soon as they see one fluke, as soon as it's a whisper,
they have people waiting to replace
you. Waiting to replace you, and they're not even as good. So I think Uncle Shola, this one that we are talking about, I will say the state of things in Nigeria, if anybody is smart, there's a system and there's a crack, and we have the raw talent when we get. Off camera, we're talking about the fact that we'll go for international meet, our youngins, and every other country is trying to poach us because we have the athletic build, we have the physicality. And see, even in basketball, do you know that basketball coaches, they run can't find Nigerians. They say because we know they agree.
The aggression.
There's something in it about us.
The energy.
We want to win. We are the best products.
We have to win. So if we don't win, we don't get anything.
Just find a crack in the system that can let you do what you love. If you say, I have an inclination for high jump, I have an inclination for golf. Do you know there's some low-hanging fruits?
It's been in my dreams.
Find a crack. If not, they will press and press. So if you are invested in what you want to do, that's why I like boys like Demajayi. Of all the boys that have left, boys and girls that have left from the juniors, all of them don't jackpot. They jackpot. The ones that have finished university still went back to university. They came back again.
Because that's only they can get any training.
Because they can be trained.
Any access to anything qualitative.
See Ogazi that made the final, the first in almost 30 years. Smart boy, Samuel. Very, very salt of the earth. Sweet boy. He's a talent.
Was NCAA champion juniors last year.
He's an intergenerational talent. He pushed himself that far.
And he got to the final of the Olympics in his
for the first time.
Year.
My God.
Okay. Very quickly, we want to look into another aspect of this story.
Yeah.
But very quickly, I want to ask the final question. I mean, the games are still on.
Yeah.
We have some athletes that are still in the running. Who are we expecting to give us medals, gold especially?
There's only one, in my opinion, and I said it from before the Olympics. It's only Amushan that can give us. Look, we've become very emotive. There's expectation and there's hope.
Yeah.
People were expecting. You can't expect.
The expectation of the righteous will not be cut short. Because we didn't see anything from wrestling. Wrestling did it that time.
And that's the problem we have. We are always praying these prayers without anything to back it up. But to be serious, when you look at all the, I'm sure you knew, but we have to encourage. When you look at all the trends of all the results and all that, the times and all that, you know that we're not going to do anything.
And that's sad.
We only hope
it's sad that we know that.
So
that was it for me.
The sad part is, Gabby Thomas, for instance, that won the 200. Ophelia has been beating her.
Yes.
In the build-up from NCA and then their races and meets that they had in Switzerland and Germany before the Paris
which she couldn't take part in.
Yes.
Why?
You see,
so I think she's an Adidas athlete too. Adidas even took her out.
Yeah, but she didn't do all those pros, those
she knows she's still a collegiate. She can't, like, she's
okay, very quickly, we need to go.
No, go away. No, this next matter.
No, like to the next.
Yeah. Because actually, it's amazing when you have Shola and Sword together. It's the fire.
The fire is fire.
I feel like I'm running a commentary.
It's fire.
She's the pro, man.
All right. So the next matter is that Chidinma Adesina, 23-year-old contestant in the Miss South Africa 2024 pageant, recently found herself at the epicenter of a scandal. Born to a Nigerian father and a mother of a South African Mozambican descent, Chidinma had been one of the top contenders for the crown. However, her journey took a sharp turn after she became the target of xenophobic attacks online, with critics questioning her South African identity. Now, in response to the public outcry, the Department of Home Affairs launched an investigation into her citizenship. Preliminary findings suggested her mother may have committed fraud and stolen the identity of a South African woman shortly after Chidinma was born. So faced with mounting pressure, Adesina decided to withdraw from the competition. She cited concerns for her family's safety amid the escalating backlash. Now this is ugly.
I like that it happened, though. I like that it happened.
So, let's talk about the xenophobic attacks and the online abuse, because we always talk about it here, even with, celebrities being sought after, people coming
after them.
Celebrities. How do we deal with online, the xenophobic attacks, xenophobia, basically, and then the online bullying, online
And I cannot unhear that you just said you like that it happened.
I like that it happened.
Why is that?
Because the bow has to break. The bow has to break.
To change.
Things are changing, but people still have that old mindset. It's the same thing for everything. Everybody is moving. The world is a global village. if we didn't have this Chidinma situation, we wouldn't know that things have been groundbreaking since in South Africa. South Africa has Indians, Asians that are coming in and they represented their parliament. The last one that they did, not be one Indian-rooted babe, now they say win. And then when it comes to Nigerian, it becomes someone that has a Nigerian. I think the problem first started with her having a Nigerian name. Because a lot of us have foreign names. I have a friend, her name is Gertrude, and the other part is one German that I cannot pronounce because of the way it is. But she is Nigerian. True and true, but she cannot speak pidgin to save her life because she was born here. She has a passport that is here. And it's a global village. If this conversation is not, I will not start having all the rules of engagement for this new age.
Absolutely.
Number one rule we need in Africa, anybody that talk anyhow, sue them. Let there be a body that sue people. In the Europe now, people are catching people and suing them and losing jobs. In the North America, people are catching people and suing and losing jobs. People just say whatever they want to say and attack and attack and attack. It's not fair.
But you see, you brought up another challenge of the society.
Which is?
The judiciary.
Oh!
You see, there are too many fundamental
problems.
Yes.
And so, but there are so many cracks in the system because the system itself, I think the system works against itself. So it's cannibalizing itself. That's what I'm trying to say. And you have people like, unfortunately, I think we talked about a couple of months ago, this person that came out and said something almost libelous about this woman's baby. Nathaniel Bassi. Exactly. You have to say things that can ruin a person's entire life, their reputation they've built over years, and they just say it and go.
And you hear people nothing you forget about it will pass.
Behind the keeper. My challenge especially is the fact that looking at this Chidinma story, Chidinma has come out to defend herself. The body, the pageant body has come out to defend her. The president of South Africa has defended her. We've not heard anything from Nigeria.
From our people.
Nothing. The president has said that she was born here. The rule says if she has a passport, she is qualified. Every other person has defended, even South Africans have defended her. But when it comes to Nigeria, and it's not just the government, because it trickles down to the people. I see people in the comment section saying that, you two said, what are you looking for? They come to Nigeria and represent your people. That's the kind of people we are.
It's ignorance. It's ignorance. A lot of people just spout ignorant talk because they feel like it's not me. It's not going to be me. Until when you get into that position, life happens to everybody.
So a lot of Nigerians are crabs in the bucket. You know the crabs in the bucket.
Yes.
If I see you leaving, I will do everything to leave. But I won't try to leave as well. But I will bring you back inside. And that is Nigeria. Anytime we're trying to move ourselves forward, it is still us that pulls us way back.
But that's what happened. Just to support what she's saying, I think we also have to face a clear fact. South Africans don't like us.
It's facts. There's a reason.
There's a reason. There are reasons.
There's a diplomatic mission to be achieved. We are one of the countries that free them from apartheid.
Even their economy.
Everything. So if now we know they don't like us. Just like Sue said, I like that now it is all. What was that goalkeeper's name? That kept for
this our boy now, Chief Stanley.
What happened to him? It became you didn't know. He almost became a same kind of thing.
They almost
that if he comes back for knocking out South Africa, they're going to kill him. There were all kinds of threats. Okay, so
but South Africa stood by him.
Yes, they stood by him. But you see, that we know there's problems in Nigeria and South Africa. Our friends who are living in South Africa, they have to move out. Of xenophobia. So let us focus on the issue and attack.
Just a lesson in history. Some people forget very easily. At the time when we say they born this Chidinma, Mozambique and all those Angola, Lusophone countries,
they were all in the
everyone was just
intertwined.
So how did the woman make those moves? Many of us have had Nigerians that go to the abroad that use funny ways to stay fit.
What are we saying
and that's what just happened. But trying to ignore it that this was a situation. It was a migrant situation gone wrong. You cannot come and say,
and even recently, we have a lot of Ghanaians and South Africans going to America for America's Got Talent. So that's another situation. We have a clapback from one international community which retaliated the Puebla International Literature Festival. It holds in Mexico, and they've announced the revocation of South Africa's designation as the country in focus for this year's festival, and the withdrawal of the invitation of our South African guests following the victimization of Chidinma Additional, her family and members of immigrant communities. And guess who the festival director is in Nigeria and
Come on, let's have it.
That's how you do it.
Let's have it. Let's have it. And with that round, we are going to
that's how they do it.
bring this week's episode to a close. Thank you so much.
I don't know.
All right. Thank you so much for staying this week with us. Staying with us this week. This conversation has, I'm a bit frazzled, but thank you for staying with us this week. We had such special guests in the studio with us. Thank you so much. Great conversation, great energy. Yes. Hopefully we'll have them back again. Thank you so much, Swa Chappelle and Shola Ayepeku. Thank you for staying with us. It's always a pleasure on set with me and the ladies.
You are the best.
Let's do it. We're just going to do it again.